Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to. I have a private chat message.
Don't don't worry about it.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the morning show. I believe when we last did this, it was maybe a year or so ago, and I probably said, "See you tomorrow," and tomorrow never came. But now it has.
That sounds like a Bond movie.
I know. So we are back to doing this thing. Hopefully, every morning, more or less, giving our schedules where we will get you up to date on what's going on in the world of Disney in a quick and light way. This is not a heavy show, it's a morning show. My name is Doobie Mosley. If you haven't seen me before, I'm the co founder of Laughing Place. Over there next to me is Kyle Burbank, managing editor of Laughing Place. How you doing, Kyle?
I'm doing pretty well, Doobie. How about you?
I am doing well. No one knows more about all the news that happens in the world of Disney than Kyle, because it's literally his job to stay on top of it. And no one knows less than me, because I'm just the guy in the background and don't have to keep up. But now, because of the morning, I once again have to keep
As
up.
a regular Parks Talk viewer, I am aware.
Hey, I do my homework on Parks Talk.
Sometimes.
Yeah. And I do my homework here. All right. So what we do on this show, we're going to make not a lot of changes from the past, but a few. So we're going to start off with the stock price. I'm not going to make Kyle guess anymore. He's on top of things. He's too good at it. So our stock price today, $92.59. Instead, Kyle, I even give you the month, so you can see how it's doing. And it seems to be at a month high. The stock's doing well right now, Kyle?
Yeah, I don't know if that's because of anything Disney themselves are doing, but they are expecting a Fed rate cut tomorrow. So that's probably driving the market higher. Of course, that's also been priced in for a while, but now that it's almost here, I think that's probably getting people excited.
I know that priced in versus now it's happening. Markets are weird. Actually, it's not quite the high. The high is 93.25 over the past month. It's at 92.59, delayed by 15 minutes. Go Disney.
One day we'll get back to the highs of the Chapek era.
Which was what?
200 almost.
Oh my goodness. This stock was over 200 and now or up to 200 and now
I remember buying some at 120, being like, this is a great deal, and now it's not a great deal. Luckily, hold.
That's just crazy. Just a crazy thought how much the stock has come down. Not just Disney, media stocks in general, the whole streaming thing, but still very interesting. All right. The next thing we do. Oh, I forgot to ask you. Is he ready? Is he here?
Ethan is here today. Yeah.
Okay.
Here he is.
Good morning and welcome to the official return of the LP Disney Weather Report. Morning's here. The morning is here. Sunshine is here. The sky is clear. The morning's here. Get into gear. Breakfast is near. The dark of night has disappeared. Let's get to the weather. Anaheim is looking quintessentially SoCal today, reaching a high of 75 before quickly dipping into the 60s as the sun goes down. Walt Disney World is also looking like itself with scattered to isolated thunderstorms likely this afternoon. There's also a marginal chance of severe wind gusts with those storms, so remain weather aware. Also, the high today will be 88 but feel like 97. Castaway Cay will be around 85 today with a small chance of rain in the forecast. Hey wait, that's the same thing I had noted down from our last members only show. Weird. Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point will be overcast today with a high of 86. I think that would qualify it for the Doobie pick of the day if it weren't for the half-mile walk. I guess that means Doobie's pick of the day is the ship docked just outside Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point. Disneyland Paris is in for a clear, cool night with temps in the lower 60s. That's a Kyle pick of the day. Tokyo, where our own Luke Manning is headed as we speak, will start the day with sunshine before scattered storm chances arise. Rain aside, they'll still make it to a high of 90. Shanghai will be partly cloudy in the morning followed by a couple of hours of sunshine followed by more partly cloudy conditions and a low-end chance of showers. Their 90-degree high will feel like 100. Lastly, Hong Kong will have a few showers in the early morning but will be mostly sunny for the rest of the day with highs in the upper 80s. And that will do it for another Disney weather report. I may or may not see you tomorrow as I'm still working on a contract extension. Have a great day and I'll see you all soon enough.
Good luck with that contract extension, Ethan. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if he doesn't get it, he'll just take it out on the refs tomorrow.
Yeah, Ethan's our weather guy. He is, as you can hear, not very well paid, but Kyle keeps him happy one way.
He wants to. He's pulling a Howard Stern on me. He wants to go to like a weekly schedule, so we're negotiating.
Not going to happen. But he does. What he does is he pulls out lyrics of random songs, and I had to look this one up. I cheated. This is the song Joey sings in Friends.
His neighbor sings and it annoys Rachel, but when Joey moves back, yes, I shared it in our Discord, which is a new thing since the last time we did a morning show for everyone. We have a Discord that you can join becoming a YouTube member. Yeah, I shared it in there because I think he's like, I'll see you tomorrow morning. And Joey's like, okay. I was thinking about how I can use that clip and play that as our outro sometime, or going forward. We gotta need some new production if we're gonna come back.
We can do it. We've got budget. I'm glad you mentioned the Discord. We do have memberships now. So if you are a fan of Laughing Place and what we do here and you would like to support us, just hit that join button. We appreciate it very much. 2 levels. 1 gives you access to special icons and a little thing by your name that says, I'm a member. That's what that little thing is next to Gio's name. And then another, the higher level gives you access to our Discord where, believe it or not, Kyle and I and other LPers hang out all day, and feel free to comment in there if you want to talk to anything about us. We do a lot of football talk in there.
You can make fun of the Cowboys each week. That's a highlight.
Yeah, and if you want to talk Disney, we do that too. So want to support LP, have a little fun on the side, please feel free to.
And now that the show is back, I do need suggestions for morning show emojis, at least one. I mean, I could probably make an Ethan one. So yeah, let me know what you have ideas for, what you want to see in terms of emoji. I don't know how many I can make yet, but we'll find out.
Does YouTube, are we able to see who our members are? I feel like we can, like Patreons do, give a shout out to our premier members.
I think that's possible, but I don't know. I think you'd have to do some digging.
Okay. Well, this is probably not the best
prepared.
Okay, this is probably not the best time to do that digging.
This is a soft opening.
I'm distracted.
That's why it's on a Tuesday.
Yeah, Monday would be way too busy. All right, next up, we've got some actual news. So this morning, we had a drop of Polynesian Village Polynesian villas and bungalows. Kyle, what was the news there?
So the new island tower, that's been going up for a while, and they announced an on-sale date. So October 1st is the first availability, and that is for people that already own at the Polynesian. Is that correct? Kyle. And then it expands from that. There's a few different dates to know. So coming up next month, if you want to be a DVC member and call the Polynesian Village bungalows or whatever it was home, keep an eye out, and when you can buy one of the first deeds for that property.
Let's see. So October 1st, current DVC members will be able to purchase.
Okay, current DVC, all DVC members, not just people that own at Poly.
And then next, current and add-on DVC members at the Poly will be able to book using vacation points starting then as well. Then the public on October 29th, November 5th is when all new members to book with vacation points. It's complicated. Just go look at our article for it. All the dates, but basically it starts on October 1st, and then by November 19th, everyone will be able to book stays with points, and it opens on December 17th. And these are some pictures for you taken very recently. This is right next to the current Polynesian. It's this giant tower, hard to miss if you're on Seven Seas Lagoon. And that is that. Oh yeah, so Gio was just looking at his picks from March 23rd, how quickly things go up. Yeah, once they decide, let's get this thing done, they get this thing done.
Not as fast as a 7 brew coffee, but still pretty
fast. All right, next up, we've got Young Sheldon. So I know, Kyle, people, longtime LPers and morning show members know this, but not everyone does. Kyle is an actor, and he has starred in many, many, many shows with many, many, many stars.
Which means Kyle has appeared in the background for minimum wage and not really acted except for on the show in question, The Big Bang Theory. I did appear once, and I had to mime making tea before I waited for my line to cross in front of a live studio audience, mind you. See me in one episode of Big Bang Theory, but I have not appeared on Young Sheldon.
Okay. So Ian Armitage, who has appeared on Young Sheldon, in fact, he is the titular character.
The show has ended, but yes, he's still on it.
I'm sure it's in syndication somewhere. Yeah, he visited Disneyland, right? Now, I'm assuming Disneyland. I know he visited Galaxy's Edge. Nope, he visited Walt Disney World's Galaxy's Edge. You just can't tell by looking at the picture. And he showed off his Star Wars knowledge. So I want to share that with you. Let's see if he knows its stuff. This is a Instagram post that was put out by Disney.
Hey there, I'm Ian Armington. What's up? We're at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, and I know everything there is to know about Star Wars. Right now we're on Batu, just to show you how knowledgeable I am.
The planet Batu belongs to which region of the Star Wars galaxy?
The Outer Rim territories. That's exactly where we are, man.
What ancient trading post is the largest settlement on the planet of Batu?
Black Spire Outpost.
What is a common farewell saying used by Batu?
Kill the Spire, or may the Spires keep you.
How many audio animatronics are there in Star Wars Rise of the
65.
What type of fuel is essential to making the jump to hyperspace while piloting the Millennium?
Coaxium.
What popular card game was played by Han Solo and Lando Calrissian?
Sabak.
You can get this one. On the first Death Star, what number garbage compactor were Luke, Han, Chewie, and Leia stuck in?
3, 2, 6, 3, 8, 2, 7.
How many suns does Batu orbit?
There are 3, about 1, 2, and 3.
And
There are also 2 moons, which would be Valara and Destra.
All right, final question. To which destination was the original Star Tours attraction supposed to take guests?
Forest Moon of Endor. Did I get it right? Go!
You're muted, dude.
I'm sorry. I need you to hold on for just a sec. I'll be right back.
Okay. This is always how it goes. I'm going to call BS on the question about the animatronics. I don't think he knew that. I believe he knows some of those. I mean, he does play a nerd on television, but it was a little sus. There's also a video floating around of him riding Rise of the Resistance and enjoying that quite a bit, so you can look for that. I've watched 2 episodes of Young Sheldon, maybe 3. Maybe one was on the television in the background one time. And then I watched the finale because, well, spoilers, but real Sheldon and Amy Farrah Fowler show up. So I had to do that for fun. I have nothing to talk about. I'm going to look. Oh, Luke is howdy from high in the sky. Now, I didn't know you could. Delta Wi-Fi is good enough to watch YouTube. I didn't know that was the thing you were allowed to do. Him versus Spice to Tree Alive. Yes. What? That's a fantastic show. What? Young Sheldon? Or this? Definitely not this. She can't be talking about this. Me rambling and trying to desperately find comments is not that entertaining. I'm still confused about Luke watching the show on his way to Tokyo. Apparently, I have not been. Maybe he paid for the Wi-Fi. Did you pay for the Wi-Fi? Oh, because I don't think it was free on international flights last time I flew with them, with no issues either, working well. Okay, yeah. So they must have upgraded since high quality. Yes. Doobie's just taking. I hate when real work gets in the way of what we're doing. Did not pay. Free with T-Mobile. That's the trick. See, I guess you're watching on your phone. Then the thing with T-Mobile, I always wondered if I could like log in on my computer and use it that way. But yeah, so if you fly domestically with a Delta now, you can get free, but it's not on the regional flights, which I take, or the international flights, which I also take. It's very rare that I'm taking a domestic flight, so that kind of sucks. Oh, Dolly Richards, I'm a big fan of me. Presumably meaning Laughing Place, not just me rambling at the screen. Rebecca's also successfully. I guess I'm behind the times, guys. I'm old. I forgot how old I am. I almost said 36. I'm 38. I am older than I even remember, and have yet to watch YouTube in the air. I guess I just assumed that was not allowed or something. Yes, Tokyo Disneyland's third nighttime spectacular Reach for the Stars is coming in 3 days. We are excited. That's what our own Luke, who is watching this for free thanks to T-Mobile Wi-Fi and Delta, he is headed to Tokyo right now, and he will be there in the coming days. Not just for that, but also this is his first time in Tokyo, so you'll be getting a lot of first impressions and videos of both parks, and so I'm really excited for him. I've been to the parks a couple of times. I haven't been in a while, so I haven't gotten to do some of the new stuff like Beauty and the Beast, or of course the new Port of Call. But he'll have all of that. So if you have requests of videos you want to see from Tokyo while we're there, let us know, and he can try to get those. And I see that Doobie's putting his headphones. Our long national nightmare is about to come to an end. Hi.
Sorry, Kyle. All right, what'd I miss?
We were just talking. I was just talking to the crowd. Luke is watching us
saw
from
that.
somewhere over the ocean, probably. I guess
Hi,
maybe
Luke.
he's still over the continent. And then
Stupid FAA. I want to go live to him right now. Send him a link and have Luke come to us from over the ocean. But
I was
that's not.
telling Gary about our Tokyo coverage plans coming up. And now I'm down to Geo. Sometimes in Southwest, I can trick it into accidentally working. Yeah, I've done that where I get 3 seconds of Wi-Fi to check the thing I need to, and then move on. Have I listened to that? I haven't listened to all of them. I've only listened to the singles, but they're okay.
You know who's listened to those, Rebecca? Himbo keeps posting Insta stories about listening to that album. My boy Himbo is a Disney fan too. All right, we finished with Ian Armitage, right?
Yes.
And so next up on today's agenda, we have Tony Betty, who is not with us today. So I looked at the schedule. Tony Betty is going to be working early on Friday. So I'm going to see if he has time in his busy schedule on Friday to join us. That would be nice to talk about a review, or not even a review. It's actually a look he did at a book called 8 Things. Nope. The book is called Disney in Between. It's right there. But his article is called 8 Things I Learned While Reading Disney in Between. And this is a book that was written by Steven Anderson, and it looks at the era between the death of Walt and the resurgence in the mid-'80s, which is kind of a forgotten era, often thought of as a lesser era, and for good reason. But there's also a lot of good stuff in there too. So, and he did 8 things he learned from this book. I looked at the article, thought it was pretty interesting. Maybe we can get Tony on to talk about it a little bit on Friday. But I wanted to mention one, which I think I've heard this before, but it's really interesting. And that is the songwriters for Pete's Dragon, or also the songwriters for, or the people who did the score for Poseidon Adventure and Towering Inferno, and they paid homage to that with their song Candle on the Water, with Candle being Towering Inferno and Water being Poseidon's Adventure, which is really cool. Really cool combination there. It does look like an interesting read.
Do you know what people call the author when they're trying to be formal?
I don't.
Mr. Anderson.
Help me out.
I was trying to go for a Matrix reference.
I've never seen The Matrix.
Okay. All the movies you've seen, somehow just one of the biggest movies of the 90s, not among them.
Not among them. You know what? I've tried a couple times. I didn't get into it, so now it's a principal movie.
Okay.
Don't ask me why. All right. Next up on the agenda today, we have Cotino, a story. Man, that just does not flow off the tongue.
Storyliving.
Storyliving by Disney Community. I just does not flow off the tongue. But anyway, what did we learn about that, Kyle? You prepared with this one. I gave you an agenda last night.
You did. So they gave us a better look at what is going to be like basically a replica of the Parr house from Incredibles 2 specifically, I think. And so this is going to be like the community center. This isn't like one of the models that you can build yourself. That'd be weird to have a bunch of houses look like this. That's just right. Yeah, so they gave us they call it a first look, but it's concept art. So it's sus. Again, that's the word of the day, sus.
Wow, you don't have faith in Disney producing with
why don't we go back and look at those Epcot Festival Center concept art and then compare it to what we got and see how we do.
I see how it is. All right. So
I know that's an outlier. Usually they're kind of close with a few silly differences, but that was egregious.
So what is
the entire project change?
What is Storyliving by Disney?
You know what? That's a great question that I still don't quite understand. It's basically a planned community. The first one is going to be near Palm Desert, and the other one, I already forgot where that is. I feel like North Carolina. Is that ringing a bell at all?
No.
But there's contrary to popular belief, there is only a section that is retirement. It's not all retirement community. There is a 55 and older section. The rest anyone can build, and it's just planned community with all sorts of amenities and things like that. There's actually a few different home builders you can go with to live there, and so that's kind of what it is. And
coming in 2025, that when they announced that, probably last year. It felt like something like way off in the future.
Well, they announced it before It would have been at least before the 2022 Expo
That
because
long ago?
yeah, because I distinctly remember us walking by the when we were setting up our booth. They had their booth for Storyliving, and we're like, oh yeah, that's a thing. And that's when Chapek came by.
Oh,
So I
okay.
know that it was 2022 because Chapek was not at the 2024 D23 Ultimate Disney Expo or Ultimate Disney Fan Event.
I think aesthetic is probably the right reason for that more than the IP itself. Although if you're going to Storyliving, you actually lived in the era of never mind, I'm not going to be insulting
Gio is
myself.
backing me up that it's in North Carolina, so
Asteria
feeling
in North
pretty
Carolina.
good about myself.
Okay, let's see. Agatha, when does that debut? Agatha All
That
Along.
debuts tomorrow night, which is interesting because they announced the September 18th release date, and normally what they've done is surprise, it's up at 6 o'clock the day before. This time it seems it's actually going to be released 6 p.m. on that same day. So Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, like I guess technically just before prime time, depending on which coast you live on. So yeah, it's kind of a different twist unless they put out a graphic and tweet that is grossly misleading.
So we're actually going to have our own Jeremiah Good on tomorrow to talk about this. Spoiler free, of course. But today we wanted to look at some of the social reviews that have come out. I guess the first 4 episodes screened for critics already, and they've been able to do some social reviews, not in-depth reviews, but a social look. 100% spoiler free. We have something from our own Laughing Place, our own people at Laughing Place. It's become a cliche, but Marvel's Agatha All Along is truly unlike anything we've seen in the MCU to this point. Kathryn Hahn brilliantly leads an incredible cast in this bold adventure into horror comedy. WandaVision fans and Marvel fans alike will be very happy. Screen Rant, another very positive review focusing on the chemistry between Kathryn Hahn and Aubrey Plaza. Joe Locke, this isn't lost, also gets a lot of positive buzz in all of these reviews that I've seen. This is Michael Lee. First 4 episodes strike a balance between having fun doing its own thing and using witchcraft and the occult as a vehicle to haunt. The needle drops are fitting, and the original songs are perfect for a Halloween playlist. Can't wait to see the rest of it. So that's kind of how it goes. If you want to check out this article, you can. But all very positive, all saying how appropriate it is for Halloween and laying into the occult. And so if that's your kind of thing, you want something a little bit on the spooky side, I think people are going to be happy from everything I'm reading.
Yep. Do keep in mind, like with these social reactions, they do tend to be a bit more positive than the ultimate, like overall reviews. On the whole, I'd say it's a little bit different for a TV show, though. I don't know exactly how that works. They're also a couple episodes ahead, so you're going to get 2 episodes tomorrow night. They're already 4 weeks in because it's going to be 2 episodes the first night, 1 every other week, except for the finale is going to be a 2-parter. So you'll have 9 episodes in total. And that finale will be on October 30th, just in time for Halloween.
Oh, how perfect. All right, a couple more. We have no real reviews today. I love doing reviews, but we don't have any new ones on the site. So,
we have a couple of TV shows that went up this morning.
Reviews or recaps?
I thought they were reviews.
Maybe we do.
One of them was the Olsen show.
I see Dr. Odyssey. What did I miss?
High Potential.
Oh, you're right. Those are
also might be the Aaron Hernandez story. I think that might have been a review today.
I'm looking forward to that one. Yeah, we did. Okay, my bad.
No, it's okay. They went up this morning. I almost gave you a heads up and then didn't.
You know, my problem is I looked this morning. I look in the morning, but I used to look
in the morning.
I glaze over the Hulu stuff.
That's fair.
And I shouldn't, because this is not the show where I glaze over the Hulu show. There are other types of shows where we don't, but this is a show where we cover everything under the Disney umbrella. So that is my mistake. So what we do on reviews is we read the headline and the final paragraph and hope that gives you an idea over whether or not this is worth seeing. So I'm going to start with the Aaron Hernandez story, which is the true story, the tragic story in many ways of a football player for the New England Patriots who actually got convicted of murder and then later committed suicide. Can I say that? Unalived himself in prison as all the social.
You already said it.
Yeah. All right. So this review was done by Alex Rife, who is our main television person here at Laughing Place. His review says, TV review, American Sports Story, Aaron Hernandez plays like an installment of American Crime Story. This will be, I'll tell you that in a moment. So the conclusion, overall American Sports Story, Aaron Hernandez is addictively entertaining from a production standpoint. My only criticism is some bad special effects, ironically, during the sports sequences. I suspect the project also employed some AI-generated crowds, which pulls viewers out of the action. While it doesn't necessarily do a great job of introducing a new anthology series, the sports of American Sports Story feels somewhat inconsequential here. True crime fans will enjoy this dramatic telling of a true cautionary tale. He gives it 4.5 out of 5 musical theater stars, not singing a single note. And it premieres tonight. Oh, Rebecca, I know what we're doing tonight on FX, and then tomorrow on Hulu. That is American Sports Story, Aaron Hernandez. And the other show that we have a review of, also by one Alex Rice, is High Potential, which is another show I've been seeing commercials for and looks very interesting. This is TV review. ABC gives mystery fans a new quirky female detective with high potential. This stars Caitlin Olsen, as you mentioned. Is she related to the Olsens?
I don't think so, but I also don't know.
Okay. All right. So, final paragraph. High Potential premieres tonight at 10 on ABC. But before that, in France, HPI is already... Okay, so this doesn't really stand alone as its own paragraph. So I'm just going to go with his final review, which is 5 out of 5 lollipops. He is a huge fan of High Potential, and she's got a lollipop. I wonder if that's like an homage to Teddy Savalas. Probably not. I was thinking Columbo, but Columbo doesn't use a lollipop. Kojak uses a lollipop, so never mind. So this also premieres tonight on ABC. So this is old school, normal TV.
ABC is turning into USA.
Not extremely edgy.
Characters are welcome.
Hulu tomorrow, and this does look interesting. Wish I had the trailer on here. I would show that real quick, but it's not in the article, so I will not. Okay, thank you for letting me know about that, Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
And had I seen it myself, I would have been slightly better prepared. Don't go crazy here. All right, next up, we have Bernie Matheson, right? Most of us know him by now. He's was a Disney legendary animator. I think a lot of attention, even more attention got put on him more recently with the whole Once Upon a Studio thing. And Disney has done something really cool. And rather than even describe it, I'm just going to show it.
We're here to commemorate, to celebrate, to pay tribute to an incredible artist. This artist impacted all those who were so fortunate and lucky to get to work with him and beside him. And that artist's name is Bernie Matheson. And today we are joined by Bernie's family to dedicate this theater in his name. Bernie Matheson was an extraordinary artist, storyteller, and filmmaker who dedicated 70 years of his life to bringing magic to the screen for Walt Disney Animation Studios. Bernie continues to inspire those who knew him and worked alongside him, as well as new generations of Disney storytellers. So now we raise a glass in honor of Bernie Matheson and the Bernie Matheson Theater here at Walt Disney Animation Studios.
I have been in that theater. It wasn't called the Bernie Matheson Theater at the time, but I've been there.
So where is
this is in the animation. So across from the main lot is the animation building, and then this is like in the lobby just around the corner.
Yeah, I've never been to the animation building. I've been on the main lot a few times. I've never been to the animation building. Why were you in this theater?
I was covering the Big Hero 6. So it was, I don't remember if that was for the long lead or a little bit closer to the release, but yeah, got to screen some footage in that theater.
All right, so this is 3-show Tuesday. Here's the first show. Coming up later at 4:30 p.m. Pacific, we have Barely Necessities, the Disney Merchandise Show. And then at 7:30 p.m. Pacific tonight, we've got Disney Trivia Live with myself and my son. So I'm going to step on Barely Necessities' toes. I'm stepping on his toes. I'm previewing Barely Necessities. So Disney Shop. Nope. Shop at Disney. What is it called now? No, Disney Store. Disney Store has released some new graphic. Call them T-shirts. Yeah, I guess they're T-shirts. I see long sleeves. I get confused, but they're T-shirts. Any of these strike you, Kyle? You big Darkwing Duck?
Well, there's one that I think you're probably the reason why you wanted to feature this, and that's also
It is.
yes.
It is.
My favorite detail of this shirt, not just that it exists, but it says circa 1996, which is correct because it did go into 1997, but it's just funny that they bothered to put circa. Just put 96, 97, or 90, like 1996. No one's going to call you. It went up for its 25th anniversary, which would be a 96.
That is very funny they did that. I love the embrace of the castle, which was ridiculed to no end, but now it's been 25 plus more years and it's okay to say. Let's see. Also around LP, so we have a lot going on here at Laughing Place, as you probably know, including podcasts. So one of our podcasts is Who's the Boss? That is a Star Wars podcast done by Mike Celestino. He released a new episode yesterday with his guests Dan Hernandez, Benjamin Samet, and Alex Rife. And this episode is very special. It is a look at the Lego Star Wars animated series Rebuild the Galaxy, and he actually talks to the screenwriters, Dan Hernandez and Benji Samet, on the podcast. So I invite you to check that out. Mike knows Star Wars better than anyone I know. Yes.
And if you a little inside, this is what you tune in for. If you watch the replay of the broadcast, I'm 95% sure that the reason Alex's face is so blue is because he's standing in front of a wall that has a blue neon that's supposed to look like Genie coming out of the bottle, because I think he was still in that Aladdin hotel room in New York.
Okay, that is hilarious. So yeah, Who's the Boss gets actually usually recorded live. If you can watch him do it here on this channel and then goes up as a podcast later. Just checking at 10 o'clock has happened, seeing if there's
thank you.
Any new drops. Kyle will check as well before we do some closeout stuff.
Usually give it, well, it doesn't look like anything's new on the Parks blog, but let me check the our secret Twitter list. See if that has anything for us.
Our secret Twitter list. We should make that a public list. No, we have to keep our secrets here.
I don't know if this is a new trailer for Rebuild the Galaxy or not, so I'm not gonna.
Oh man, this is a big day for premieres. This is a ESPN PR is retweeting a tweet from August 27th today because it's premiering today. Stolen Gold, the true story of Ramon Torres and the Spanish intellectually disabled basketball team's dramatic journey to Paralympic gold in 2000.
We talked a little bit about that on our members only.
We did, and that's actually premiering tonight at 9 Eastern on ESPN. So I am really, really excited to. Got some good TV going up. I'm so excited.
I have some news that's tangentially, that is actually related to Disney. The XFL is coming back next March.
Wow, we didn't see that.
It'll be airing on ABC, ESPN, and Fox. And they're going to have Friday night games this year. So it'll be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Exciting if you're a big football fan. How's your team doing this year?
The Kansas City Chiefs are 2-0.
How's my team doing?
They are 1-1 after a really embarrassing loss.
Yeah, and a really good win. I'm a Cowboys. All right. Before we say goodbye today, let's do one more segment called...
We forgot, how are Max Bengals doing, though?
They are 0-2.
They are 0-2, yeah.
They looked good last week against the Chiefs, but they did not look good in their first week.
You don't have a hissy fit and you won't get a 15-yard penalty.
Okay, so abbreviated. If you've watched this in Disney history from the past, we are not going in depth. We're not quizzing Kyle. We're just going to hit some highlights. So the big round numbers. 20 years ago today, Disney Legends ceremony. I think this one is noteworthy because it's people that I actually know. Some of these people. I've had dinner with Rolly Crump. I know Bob Gurr. So among the legends,
you sir are no Bob Gurr.
Among the legends, Tim Conway, Alice Davis, Rolly Crump, Karen Dotrice, Bob Gurr. Those aren't the only ones. Those are the ones I chose to name. And here's a photo from that ceremony from back before Legend ceremonies were the star-studded, big-budget events they've become now that D23 is a thing. And on this day in 1975, Gio, do you know what happened? Gio, do you know what happened on this day in 1977? Gio, do you know what happened? Gio was born. Happy birthday, Gio. Everyone give a big HBD to longtime Laughing Place viewer and a guy I call a friend. I've met him a couple times at Disney World. Geo, great at trivia as well. Happy birthday to you.
I was looking for our birthday song, but it's probably under one of the other brands. And it would have said either my name or Jeremiah's name anyway. But you know what? Calling an audible. Going for it. Gonna find it with our football background. You can keep talking. It's gonna
I don't want to interrupt it. So hi T.
That's just regular Jeremiah.
Probably not. Hi T-Rod, thanks for joining us. Happy birthday to Gio. 49, man. I swear I had the under on. No, that's so wrong. I'm sorry. Trivia, February 20th.
Gonna find it.
Kyle's working it. How's it feel to be 49, Gio? Are you looking forward to Big 5-0? Any big parties? Will I be invited? You want to invite the whole LP crew over for a big party in Kansas City? Maybe it'll be a Sunday. Maybe we can watch a game together. February 20th. What a great trivia. Is that really what we were looking for?
No.
Happy birthday!
That also is not what I was looking for, but it's better.
So glad we stuck that out. Okay.
That's what you get for making me vamp earlier.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Anyway, I think that's it. We got in 35 minutes. What we're shooting for here on the morning show. We'll be back tomorrow. We're going to do it again. Thanks for joining us, everybody. I'm Doobie. That's Kyle. Stay tuned for Barely Necessities at 4:30 p.m. Pacific, Disney Trivia Live at 7:30 p.m. Pacific, and we'll be back tomorrow, 9:30 a.m. Au revoir.